Hello, Heather. Here's some video feedback for you, and I see that you're catching up. I also note that you've taken this course before, and that's fine, and I'm happy to receive your assignments from that course. But your participation in the discussion boards will be necessary to pass the course, because I think they count for almost 33%, excuse me, of your total score when you add them up. Just to let you know. So good going. I want to encourage you to keep submitting things, and your understanding seems to be developing. Okay, so here's what I downloaded, Heather, for week 3.3 exercise. It's you've appropriately named it. Sounds like you're conscientious of what you name your files. You haven't used any word spaces. The contents of it has this HTML file, but I think instead I'll go to your URL. I noticed that you're hosting off of, what is it, 000 web host. That's fine. Many people have had difficulties with GeoCities. Just consider how you're going to organize your files moving forward, because you're going to have many index.htmls. You don't want to be overwriting them every time you submit one of them. Plus, you're going to need an encompassing folder for your final project. So just think about your file management a little bit. Now, as far as the rubric requirement goes, I see that you are probably about week 5, well, where you should be, and I do see some inline styling. I also see the beginnings of well, not just the beginnings, but a fairly thoroughly fleshed out navigation system based on an unordered list. So that's definitely week 5 material. Here's that script that I've noted to other students, I think in my announcement. I think that's what that is. No, that's your unordered list. Good. Looks like that's something. And then you have gone on to format the menu. And I appreciate the effort, because that's a lot. That's a lot of formatting. However, note that you're going to want to put eventually all this formatting in an external style sheet. And so, be careful about doing too much at this initial stage. It looks like you are learning how to use the div tag. That's also from like week 6. This is why, I thought, well, maybe she has experience with this. And so I went back to look, and sure enough. And you do have an external CSS already, but it looks like it's not quite working. So this is good. I see that you've signed it. That's always good to note, to date your assignments with your name on them too. That way I don't lose them. In terms of the rubric, you've met all the categories. Proficiently added style, and then some. You've imported some of the visual assets. Notice that it's compressed, at least on my screen, the Pasta Amore logo. So something about the pixel dimensions isn't quite right. It's causing this to be squashed. Make sure that the XY pixel dimensions are proportionate, I guess. And you've been able to upload your files. So good going on that. You've used more than just the corporate palette on the typography. You've also been able to add it to the background and the navigation. Good going.